Hello, gentle listeners, and welcome back to Distractable.
That's I can't remember how it goes after that. Other pod. I like the podcast intro for my brother, and me. This is like this broadcast is intended only for mature audiences, which we say only so the babies out there know how cool they are for listening. What's up, you cool babies? Welcome to my wow and me, an advice show for the modern era.
Yeah,
We actually, for once, are recording this at night.
that's true. We are actually recording this at night.
There's still sunlight for me, but we can ignore that. I'm in Arizona. It's always sunlight.
I'm in the other part of the United States.
I could reach over here and I could feel you. Actually, am I over? Are you over here, like on your screen, or reach over that way? Am I to your right or to your left?
You're to my right.
Still feel you. Wow, I felt that. I hope you're all having a lovely Friday evening, which actually came under debate this past week of whether or not we would keep this going up in the evenings. But if you're still listening to this on in the evening, then you know how it all went. You know the history.
Yeah, it was a very small debate. Or not debate, but just thing, I guess.
Not a mass debate.
It wasn't really a debate.
It was a small footnote discussion.
Yeah, it's the only way you could describe it.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta pop the question like, hey, what about this thing? Yay or nay? And then it just does, is no bigger than that. That's what communication looks like.
Yes, companies ask questions.
Yes.
They challenge the standard.
We performed an internal review on our employees and found no wrongdoing. Very excited though that today we were able to finally buy back Smosh. We had to sell out to Good Mythical Morning, but it's nice to finally be back in control.
It's gonna be the classic me and Mia content that you used to love.
Yep, Food Battle 2023 coming right up, just like you remember from your childhood. If you, what would be your food in Food Battle?
Probably the hot chicken wing or something.
Oh yeah.
What about you?
Ah man, Creeper. Oh man. Man, this goes back to all the shit of just like I don't have favorites of anything. I don't have favorites of nothing. So it's I can never make heads or tails of like what I would choose for something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have favoritism in wings and food.
You're so brave for admitting that.
There's probably a lot of stuff I could have said that I would have also would have been pretty. I mean, if we did like something like that, it wouldn't be hard for me to change it up every year.
Really brave of you. My nephew has favoritism. And moving on. I think if I ever have to think of like what my favorite foods are, the things that I default to are just whatever I would pick first on a menu. Usually being shrimp is like the first thing I'll pick on a menu. If I see shrimp, I'll get shrimp. But I don't think like there's any shrimp dish that's like my favorite. I can't concretely say. There's like, if it's a food as simple as like a hot wing,
I just like regular shrimp, just like boiled.
There's one food that I well usually like grilled, or like cooked whatever, or like like fried. I think there's like one dish that stands out to me currently as like I will not turn it down any day of the week. It always sounds good to me, and that is this like chicken pesto pasta. It's real good. I like chicken. I like pasta. I like pesto, and it's never stocked because I get it in a frozen meal, like a microwave meal of this chicken pesto pasta. And it's so rarely at the store, but god damn, I could live off of those things. But I don't think Food Battle goes as complex as like, today I have a spaghetti carbonara with a white wine reduction against your pink frosted sprinkle donut.
that would be pretty funny for your food to be like a bowl of pasta.
I
Just
mean,
like the whole thing.
I feel like they had to have done something like that.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't remember all the foods though.
Wasn't one year was like a churro, I want to say. I think like the thing with food battles that it was always Ian always had the pink frosted sprinkled donut, but the joke of it was always that Anthony's food would be somewhat phallic. It would always have to be a phallic food, so then it would be, you know, a pee-pee and a vagooger or butthole. So if, you know, the optimal, if we're actually choosing a food battle food, it would have to be something. You know what? I may champion a banana then, because I quite enjoy bananas. That being my favorite fruit and also being phallic shaped. So it's the perfect contender for food battle.
I like bananas.
You know, I like the flavor of apples, but I do not enjoy the experience of eating an apple, and I never really have. Because I love the flavor, but biting into an apple and getting like the skin caught between my teeth, I've never enjoyed that. And like having to like full, like, if it's like a bigger apple and having to like press it like real far up against your face to get a lot of it, and it, like, I guess probably some of that goes to me not liking the feeling of stickiness on anything, and like the area around my mouth being sticky after eating an apple because you have to like really press it up in there. But I don't dislike apples. I just don't like eating apples.
Could eat them sliced.
I mean, I can, but that takes a bit more effort, you know?
Well, I mean, you can buy them sliced.
If I'm thinking about the process of eating an apple, I'm not thinking about the process of processing an apple or preparing an apple. If eating a banana straight up versus eating an apple straight up. I don't consider the preparation time as a part of the consumption of the fruit when I say that I don't like eating apples.
I don't know. I don't think much. I just eat what's in front of me. I don't think about it.
Do you have any foods that, like, it's a food that you love or you quite enjoy and you would have more if it did not require the process to either make or get that food?
It's probably a lot of. I'd eat wings more if they didn't cost so much.
Fair.
Steak also probably.
Mm-hmm.
If it didn't require like a grill and having. I mean, I guess you don't have to cook more than one steak at a time, but this is not. Or you have to like go buy one and eat it at a restaurant, but it's not like. I don't know. When I want something, I'm usually willing to go through. If I want something and this goes for like anything really. If I want something and I have like the resources to get it, I will usually go to lengths to get it.
Are you adverse to a pan-seared steak?
I don't know, probably not.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be on a grill for a steak. It can be done in a pan.
I mean, we've made burgers here. We don't have a grill.
Yeah. Grills they're good for, getting that grilled taste, but I don't think there's anything that's really done on a grill that, I guess if you want it, like...
I mean, there's a lot of quality to the grilled food experience that you don't get with just like a pan, but it's doable.
I think one of the qualities of a grill is the fact that if you put like the hood over it, like close the hood, then it kind of becomes an oven. If you're cooking in a pan, it doesn't really trap the heat the same way. So it really only cooks on one side at a time when you're cooking in a pan. Whereas on a grill, it can be it will cook more on one side, but it'll be more completely surrounded by heat as it cooks. I guess that's the benefit of a grill, is you get more consistently cooked while having to check both sides less.
You also have, it's like easier to work with such large tools on a grill and make sure, because people keep their grills on like their decks and shit, so you don't have, it's like you also worrying about the cooking something like that inside.
Yeah, I get a lot of like smoke or whatever.
Experience the smell and the smell and the smoke or the steam or whatever, and the grease and the mess, and putting the grease down your sink and shit. It's not good.
It's also fun to, have that fire. Fire's just fun. I think grilling food, like, the experience is akin to being in a restaurant and you hear, like, the fajitas sizzling and you smell the fajitas as they bring that out to, like, one of the tables. I think there's something to the experience of just walking either, like, in your neighborhood or in your city and just smelling, like, grilled food that somebody's making somewhere. You just smell it. You can just smell it in the air. And like, somebody's making hot dogs, like, a mile away. And it's just there. And there's, like...
Yeah.
There's definitely something nice about that. Like, not even just about, like, ooh, it smells like foods that I like. There's like, almost a comfort to that. Of, like a comfort of community with, like, smelling what somebody else is, like, cooking on there. Because you can imagine the whole situation of what it looks like as they're grilling that. There's, like, they're probably hanging out in their yard. Maybe they have company over. It makes, like, a nice atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a really classic, I guess, like, town smell to be going through wherever you live with and smell that.
Makes me think of a summer afternoon or evening. A lot of childhoods like that would have, where we'd have, like, friends over. We had an above ground pool, and we'd have friends over, and they'd stay a while, they'd hang out, we'd swim, and then we'd get out of the pool, and we'd go in for dinner, and it would be like, while we were out there swimming, then my dad would be, like, off to the side, like, grilling burgers and hot dogs and all that, and you could smell that as you were swimming around. Just good memories conjured by that. There's always, like, a good memory that you can go back to with the smell of grilled foods. Unless you, like, lived on a pig farm and it caught fire.
Down.
Yeah.
I mean, smell is one of the most, like, nostalgic senses, probably.
It can definitely bring you back real easy. And unfortunately for me, I have some smells that, they're more, like, psychosemantic, that it's, like, it's not actually something that I'm smelling, like, physically, but I'll still, like, I'll smell it in my nose. My nose will, like, register that smell, even if it's not, like, present anywhere, of, like, more, like, bad, like, traumatizing stuff that, like, if I'm in, like, a bad kind of, like, mental place or whatever, then I could have that, like, psychosemantic kind of thing where, like, I smell that, like, bad memory, even if there's nothing to actually create that smell.
There's a lot of unidentifiable smells that just kind of plague your nose and create nostalgia, but you can't really put a pin on what they are. You're just like stuck being reminded of something, but then you lose the thought before you can even think about it.
Yeah, sometimes it's, like, just a real quick flash in the pan kind of thing where, like, I guess it would be, like, the smell equivalent of seeing something out of the corner of your eye mistakenly and thinking it was something else, where you start smelling something and then you get, like, more of a smell of it, realize it wasn't what you thought you were smelling. There's definitely been moments like that where it's, like that misidentification on first whiff, and then it's just gone. Just gone. I ask this because, the topic we were just on with, and the joke about the house fire. What is the most dangerous experience you have had with fire?
With fire?
The most, like, stressful or life-threatening or, like risky encounter you have had with fire?
I don't know. I didn't really fuck with fire as a kid. And we had bonfires, but they were very well crafted. I guess it wasn't me, but my sister cooked a donut for 20 minutes in the microwave. I don't even remember it, though, so that happened. But when we were kids, obviously, this happened. But I don't remember it, and I don't even know if I was there.
I think for me, this was many years back, but not like childhood. This would be, like, teenage years. I had, like, this candle that was It was like a 2-wick candle, that kind of size. And I had like this paper towel that I was like, I'm bored. I want to burn a thing. So I put the paper towel over the candle, and then I dropped the paper towel into the candle itself, into the actual jar, which had been going for a while. So there was a lot of like wax in there that was already melted. And if any of you know how a wick works, you would know that the way the candle works, you have the wick, which soaks up wax, and then the fire burns through the wax before it burns through the wick. And so when you have a paper towel, that's, it's you know how big a paper towel is, and that is now on fire, soaking up wax, you could imagine how big a flame from that would become. And it grew pretty big, and it took some real trying to get that to go out without, because I was like, I know I need to put this out, but if I try to extinguish this immediately, then it might crack the candle and send like, flaming wax everywhere. So I had to like try and like snuff that out as like safe as possible. It was definitely not the most fun. I learned my lesson, I should say.
Yeah, but
I have not played with fire since, but I do still like flicking lighters just as like a fidgeting thing, because I like the sound and to see the little sparks. So maybe I didn't learn my lesson.
Well, warning be heard.
Don't, if you, all you haters out there,
don't give me a lighter.
You're trying to put dislikes on our videos. Let this be a warning. You know something? I don't mind seeing dislikes on Big Wow Big videos or on my own personal videos, because that means that somebody cared enough about it to leave the dislike. Like, they cared enough and they engaged with the media enough and like gave it enough thought to know that they didn't like it and leave it a dislike, whereas they could have just like clicked away and separated it entirely from their life without a second thought. But it had an effect on them, although negative. It had an effect. We elicited an emotional response.
I don't know the last time I received a dislike, but it was usually out of not many people seeing my videos. But I mean, thankfully, my videos on my channel have been very well received. I think Big Wow Big has generally been too.
We've got a couple dislikes.
Yeah, but I mean, people gonna hate, so whatever.
But that's, they say that art is meant to invoke emotion. So if people are leaving dislikes, then that means that we invoked emotion, which makes this art.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Technically what we do is art. But I do think that Big Wow Big could be helped by more effort in the content itself generally, probably, but it's hard for that to be a thing. I'm sure it'll happen eventually, though, with the way we do our show, because of how much we've upped that already. I'm sure that kind of upgrade will hit the videos eventually. Not to say they're bad, they're just like pretty simple.
It can be helped with more likes, more comments, more subscriptions. Go, engage.
Yeah, it could also help if you guys did stuff.
Do you have a place in the heart of Jesus?
Probably. It's up to Jesus.
I mean,
I don't know.
Do you think Jesus ever stopped loving you, even if you stopped loving Jesus?
I don't know.
Because it seems kind of clingy to me. They say that even if you don't love God, that God still loves you. And I have to just tell him, he should see other people.
Yeah, man needs to move on.
We've been told that he's been around since the start of time. He created everything. Why can't he create some new connections?
Exactly. A little obsessive.
It's not you, it's me. You're sweet. You're funny. You killed a lot of people. But we need to move on. Oh. I'm watching on my wall right now. There's just like, there's a little tiny, it's like real, really small holes in my blinds where the strings come through. That's maybe like, I don't know, not even more than a millimeter in size, in diameter. But the way the angle of the sun is right now at this time of day is that it comes straight through, like not parallel, like completely like aligned, level, with my window. And so it kind of like, it almost ends up like at this version of like the double slit experiment. So I can like see just like a tiny little projection of like the trees outside of that window through just like that tiny little hole. Because if you're unfamiliar with the double slit experiment, it's like that. Or not even, or am I thinking of the double slit, or am I thinking of like something with like pinhole cameras, kind of how that works? I think the double slit is a different thing that shows that light, and that light is both a particle and a wave at the same time.
Yeah, I think you are thinking of double slit.
I think that's the effect, the comparable effect of what I'm seeing, but I could be wrong. I could be misquoting.
The double split experiment. The double split experiment demonstrates that light and matter can satisfy the seemingly incongruous classical definitions for both waves and particles, which is considered evidence for the fundamentally probabilistic nature of quantum mechanics.
Yep. But I don't know if that is related to this thing of light being projected out through a small radius. That could be a different thing.
The images based on this show that, so I would assume that you are comparing that correctly.
I got my science right. Look at me.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't know the last time I took a science course. Oh, I guess psychology. I took that recently, but I was thinking more physical science.
I never really took a proper science course. Homeschooled gang, baby. Not really the most proper of educations. So I take to like educating myself mostly about things that I find interesting. That if I think most of my knowledge of any kind of higher learning of high school grade and above, like physics or like science, chemistry, anything, mathematics, whatever, has all been fueled only by self-interest and not through like any kind of curriculum. So it's if I see like a 4-hour long video that's like explaining the double slit experiment, yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch it.
Science was shoved down my throat in school, but mostly high school, I guess. Don't remember learning a lot of science in college so far, at least specifically science.
At least not since the accident.
I don't remember taking like any science courses besides psychology.
There's been this YouTube channel that I've started binging through their stuff, and now I'm done binging through their stuff because there's only like 3 or maybe, yeah, I think 4 total like video essay, kind of in the style of Defunct Land is like the most comparable that I could like put the style of video. But going into like, I guess it kind of like Defunct Land, kind of like Summoning Salt, that kind of like video essay type thing. But about like controversies in the world of science, of like usually being like the only examples of this, the only few series that he has being like the story of the SSC, the super collider that, never got made, and like the whole like history of that, the history of like this Korean doctor who claimed to have human cloning, but was also he covers a lot of like fraud. And right now I'm watching his thing on the Bogdanov twins. It's all just like a lot of, it's nice. You get kind of a fix of like, one, just a nice style of video, like essay, documentary type thing. It's well researched. It's well narrated. It has cool graphics that he uses to like give visual examples of everything and show timelines. And you also get to like learn some of the science along the way, and also learn of like specific like drama within specific communities that you otherwise would have never known about, which I love. There's a subreddit for that kind of thing called r/hobby drama. That it'll be like, this is what went down this week in the world of needlepoint stitching. This bitch Rebecca. And it's like all the drama from communities that you would not normally ever interact with or like know what's going on within, but you get just kind of like this peek into these communities of like what's going on in their world, what shitstorm is going on for them.
I had something I wanted to look up on the fucking web, but I don't remember what it was because instead of looking that up, I looked up the double split experiment and then I lost it after we stopped talking about that. I just have no idea what it was now. And I'm mad because I want to know what it was.
Because I'm mad, you know it.
I don't remember what we were talking about before that. I feel like it had something to do with whatever we were talking about before, but I don't remember what that was either.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Whatever we were talking about before immediately got erased in my brain when I saw the shadows dancing on the wall.
Yeah.
Fucking, what's it called? The cave of, no, not cave of, it's Plato's allegory of the cave. That's it.
Yeah, I know what that is.
I'm distracted by the shadows dancing on the wall, thinking that this is all there is to reality. But in reality, it's just shadows dancing and the real world is behind me, catching only an image of its true nature.
I do really want some kind of visual version of this podcast eventually, just because these visual bits are so unappreciated because they don't get seen.
Then people can see me making love to my tonic and gin.
That too. I'm sure we'll have some kind of drinking tradition for Big Wow Big at some point. That'd be fun to make like videos every so often, or maybe like a little once in a blue moon series where we get drunk and play something.
Could do.
I mean, the last time I drank en masse was the holidays, and I haven't hardly had anything since then, which is why when I drink, I get drunk so fast, and that's fun, but I just haven't. I don't like. I did a semester and I worked hard, so I didn't feel like drinking. And this summer, like, depression does not make me feel like drinking.
That's a good thing.
If anything, it makes me feel like smoking. But
well,
not good thing. Yeah,
more like under new management.
Yeah, it's just like, and I only recently picked up vaping again.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And for a while I was on the fence about it, but when I, in quotes, quit vaping back in December, I'd been vaping for a while before that, but I didn't intend to or try to quit. I just stopped being able to buy them, so I stopped doing it.
That's how it goes.
And it's the only like adult luxury thing that I actually enjoy doing. So I just after like months of contemplation, I just decided that now I'm making money, so I'm gonna do it. If I don't feel like buying one, I won't. If I feel like taking a break from one I have, I will, but just sometimes I really want to. And it goes good with drinking for me personally.
That's how I was with drinking about like 3.5 months ago, where I finished off the last of the alcohol that I had, and then I just looked at my wallet and I was like, I can't justify purchasing any more of this, and so I didn't.
Yeah.
And it's just that simple. And I'm glad that I don't have any like addiction or anything with that. I think I already got too many other chemical dependencies for alcohol to be one of them.
Yeah. That's why I didn't, or I tried for so long to stay away from vaping, because I really hate when people explain the health risks to me like I don't know them. I know that it's bad for you. I'm aware. Drinking is also bad for you, and I'm also aware of that. I don't care. That's not what it's about. It's not about defying health. It's about enjoying an adult luxury that I legally grew into the phase of being able to enjoy if I wanted to.
and not endorsing smoking or vaping or anything, because of course it's like, it's not a thing.
Yeah, like if you don't
endorse.
and you have a purpose against it, or you don't like it or whatever, it's just not your shit, then don't. Absolutely
but
don't.
It's like not to endorse it, but like any advertisement that is for the sake of like telling people to stop smoking or stop vaping has always missed the mark by 1,000 miles. I've never seen any advertisement for like anti-smoking or anti-vaping that seemed like anything more than like preachy garbage, or like they were talking like, of course it's like, of course vaping is a thing that like teens do now, and like it's there, you have like some younger people that are doing this, but all those advertisements really seem like they got the fucking it's like Steve from Blue's Clues broke out the notepad. It's like, here's what's happening to your lungs, we're gonna draw your lung cancer. Like, don't ever like treat people like adults, and they try to be like snappy and like poppy with it. That like, there's the fucking one terrible one that's just a whole bunch of ancient, outdated memes, and it's so not funny, and it's just cringy. And the cringier that those are, the more you make people want to start like vaping and smoking.
Yeah.
Like I've seen some of those ads.
If anything, those ads would remind me that I wanted to.
Yeah, it's like I have at this point vaped, and I intend to occasionally in the future with the consumption of THC, because I have an iron gut, and so I prefer to do it in that way. When I see an advertisement for that, for like the anti-vaping, and they just like show like there's one that I've been seeing recently that's like a vape pen in front of like this like nature footage of a waterfall, and when I first saw that I was like, whoa, a new vape, and then it was an anti-vaping, and I was like, oh, but it looked so appealing.
Yeah. So I think the moral of the story is that if you have $13 every month, get YouTube Premium. That's my personal solution.
That's how you quit vaping.
I hate all the ads anyway. I get like I promise you, and this goes majorly for me personally. I don't know how much this goes for everybody else, but the more you shove the like do this or don't do this in my face, the more it will make me want to do the opposite of what you're saying.
Pure spite.
You are never going to win by just shoving your shit down my throat. You're never going to win by doing that. You could tell us in our comments, you could comment, 10 people could comment on every single video that we are just not funny Game Grumps. That's never going to make us stop making content. If you don't like Big Wow Big, then go watch Game Grumps. I don't care. I'm not on this planet to entertain you. I'm on this planet to entertain people who click on the video and enjoy it and want to watch it and hit subscribe because they want to see more. I don't give a fuck if you don't like my videos. Go fuck off and watch Real Housewives, okay? I don't care what you want to watch. If it's not this, then go away. Simple as that. No one's making you watch this. I'm glad that you, thank you for submitting your input, but your input is like annoying if your input is, this is just Game Grumps, but not funny. Like, holy shit, never would we have thought of that as Game Grumps fans. Never would we have thought like there's no way we took any inspiration from Game Grumps in making our sit down Let's Play Game Grumps channel. There's no way.
Also, it's not like we don't like contemplate and consider with the content that we make and the like conversations we have on the show and the jokes we make, the bits we do, the games we play, the style and format of our videos, that there isn't some level of that. There isn't a self-awareness in that where we are trying to like not like copy other people's shit, you know? Like people say that as like assuming us to not be self-aware, as if there isn't like, you know, there's most episodes earlier on, but not so much these days, where like, you know, any like joke or bit or voice or like topic or whatever that would like go on in the episode, like you'd have to like ask that question of like, is this like copying Game Grumps or just like rehashing their shit? Yeah. And no, we do our own shit. Draw your comparisons, draw your similarities where you want them, but we're not out to steal their shit. We're out to make our own shit because we are our own individual people with our own personalities that are not like we make shows in the same style, in the same format. But like,
yeah.
If I made a fucking Western movie, that wouldn't make me Clint Eastwood.
Right. And if I came all over your mom, that wouldn't make me your dad.
But if I did it twice, then you'd know I was your dad.
Then you'd know I was your dad. I'm just saying, like, and I mean, like, in a certain sense, I am getting bitchy about it, like they get bitchy about our videos. But just like, I just think it's so pointless and like such a waste of like coming from my perspective. If I saw a video I didn't like, I would find it to be such a waste of my time and breath to try and like make a point that the video is bad instead of just leaving the video and going and watching something else I like.
Yeah.
Because there are Markiplier videos that bore me and I don't want to watch them, so I will just leave and go watch some other content. My homepage is full of stuff I want to watch. I would want to watch all the time, and every so often I get a YouTuber I've never seen, and they make a video based on a concept I've like never seen.
Yeah,
and I found a lot of new YouTubers that way, and it's really cool. And I do think YouTube has gotten a lot better about recommending smaller channels. Like like almost every time I open my homepage on YouTube, I have like somebody that's got like less than 100 views on their video, and like sometimes it's interesting enough, and I'll comment and they'll respond, and then it'll be like a cool little thing. But if you're gonna leave a comment, I mean, like you can leave all the like Game Grumps comparison comments you want or whatever, or Super Mega, I don't care. Like you can do whatever. You just know that we wish you the best in your future endeavors, but you're fired from the fan base. Go away. You have no place to just continue to do that here. Like if somebody, like I imagine that Big Wa Big will receive harassment to some degree at some point, if it, at least mildly, if anything, if nothing else.
I mean, absolutely, when the allegations come out.
Yeah, well, when they find out what happened on July 7th, which hasn't happened yet. That's a joke that you guys don't know about.
Call back,
that's a call forward. Yeah, it's a what's the word I'm thinking of? It's a forecast.
It's a prophecy.
It's a prophecy. Yeah, July 7th, the prophecy. Be sure to tune in on July 7th.
Are
to the
we
Big
sure
Big
that
channel.
that's gonna? We may have to like fudge things a little bit because we upload on.
I just remembered
Fridays,
because that's a podcast. Yeah. Nah, let's just upload the podcast too. Anyway, let's just upload the podcast too.
Well, there's
anyway.
gonna be
Whatever.
like 2 others in between as well that like we'll have to like upload like.
Oh.
There have to be like 3 additional.
Yeah. No. Okay. So here's the issue with this, right? Is that you guys will have seen. I just realized the issue that you're saying. I realize it now.
Yeah.
So Mario Sunshine just started literally this week. Because it has to, because of the July 7th episode of Mario Sunshine. And I am realizing
what legal obligations Mario Sunshine starts this week.
I'm realizing what you're saying is that we have to because so here's the thing. I don't know if we recorded our series is me playing Mario Sunshine, which you've already seen at least a couple episodes of by now. You guys, but I don't think as of recording this, I've edited any of them.
No.
And in order to get the July 7th episode up on July 7th, it is a number of episodes in that we have to start uploading it on the day we started uploading the series this week, and upload a new episode every day, including podcast Fridays, for it to land on July 7th. So we are kind of fucked for 3 weeks.
You're gonna get Friday double features.
So you guys also got a Mario Sunshine episode today. So congrats.
Oh God!
I just realized that.
I don't have to make a thumbnail tomorrow. Yeah.
And I have to make like 3 thumbnails and 3 videos tonight. I don't know if I just don't think I'd touch them. I need to see. Let me see while we're talking about it how many Big Wow Big videos on my end I have actually edited out of what had gone on since. Because like I edited all of Sonic Unleashed and I pretty much stopped it.
Oh, I need your Kirby audio, by the way. The Dream Course.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna do those, and then there was only the first couple, and I was like, I want to get something done in bulk, so I did more Dark Souls.
I also kind of wanted to see where we're at in terms of being ahead, because we've uploaded a lot without recording nearly as much. So I'm kind of curious where we're.
You know what's super funny?
What's funny?
By doing this with the Mario Sunshine, with having to get this out by that deadline, there is enough time on a normal schedule to finish Dark Souls 3 by the time that we reach the July 7th. So that's just gonna have to get fucking delayed until afterward.
You're saying if we were to continue uploading Dark Souls every day, we would have finished it before July 7th?
If it was to continue on its normal schedule, then Dark Souls would be finished by July 7th.
Let's just upload all this shit. Two videos a day from now on.
Fuck it. Well, man, we are like really backlogged. No,
I know we can't.
One of the bigger issues of that is just making thumbnails for everything, since we make unique thumbnails for all of our videos.
Yeah, that is really hard.
All of our content currently, since we're so backlogged, I know for a fact that we have at least another dozen episodes of Dark Souls. We have the entirety of Zelda 2. We have
the entirety of Mario Sunshine.
The entirety of Mario Sunshine. We have a couple one-offs that are backlogged. So, like, we are...
Yes.
We on a normal schedule. The only thing we are never backlogged on is podcasts, because we record those the week of. These are always, like, relevant to when they come out. These are not, like, a month or two in advance. But
what makes it hard about that is one of us having to edit it, Mia being the one taking the bullet recently, because I started a new job and I work 4 days a week, and when I work a long time, and it's really hard for me to work. And I've been working on Cosmic Emerald, and it's really hard for me to work on Big Wow Big anyway when I'm doing stuff like this, and I'm gonna have to start school eventually, and I'm really busy outside of YouTube, and I'm trying to do YouTube at the same time, and I'm doing it, but it's hard, and it's only gonna get harder. And I really, really, really wish there were a way for me to just pay with my work money, for me to just pay other people to do some of the stuff we have to do, like edit the podcast or make thumbnails. I wish there were somebody I could hire for that. But what?
If instead we would just get paid for the work that we do on these videos.
I mean, yeah, of course. But like it would... Hey there, late night listeners. Thank you so much for listening to Late Night with Big and Wow. We're just taking a little break here to tell you about the Big Wow Big Patreon. Not only is it an extra step of support for the channel, it also has numerous benefits such as unreleased Big Wow Big content, exclusive patron live streams, and even getting to tell us what video to make. If you've got a heart in your chest and money in your wallet, then head over to patreon.com/BigWowBig and join today. Thanks again for listening. Now back to the show. It would be, I mean that it would be nice to spread the workload out a little bit, because with just us two running because if you didn't know, we run all of Big Wow Big. We do everything on Big Wow Big, the two of us. And we love it. You know, Big Wow Big is our baby. And I'm very proud of what we've accomplished so far. Also, side note, I was looking at our one-offs, and I'm realizing now that we did Pac-Man 99, Robotnik Mean Bean Machine, Sonic Utopia, Subway Servers, and the shitter Monopoly Wheel of Fortune episode that was a disaster. And we have the 2 Kirby's Dream Course episodes, and then we're revealing a lot of stuff ahead of time, by the way. I'm realizing we're just giving all... Here's the content list for the future. Here it is. Here's a warning of what's coming, so you know to unsubscribe now. Do we have any one-offs on your side that because I don't even remember.
I know I got
Kirby.
Trackmania still sitting on that, which is gonna be it's the spring season.
We filmed Trackmania like 2 months ago.
Yeah, but we have so much fucking Dark Souls.
But we filmed Pac-Man 99 also like 2 months ago. When did we start Dark Souls? When was the first episode of that filmed? When did we do that?
We started at like right at the start, I could find it. Either at the end of April or the start of May.
Let me see. I can find it.
It would have been at least a month before Tears of the Kingdom came out, and now we're a month after Tears of the Kingdom came out. The way that these like videos go out and like the way our scheduling and recording works, it's like
It was in May.
yeah, right at the start of May.
It was at the end of May. No, wait.
Start of May.
Hold on.
Or end of April?
Well, hold on. No, wait, hold on. There's 3 dates in the properties for a file, and I don't know which one is when it was.
Oh, God. Oh, maybe because you moved all your folders around, maybe things got mangled.
Oh, that's true. Then I guess it was the end of March. That is this date. It had to be.
End of March?
Yeah, March 29th is when this file was created.
Oh, weird. I don't recall that being back in March.
When did we, do we know, well, what did we film when we, like, started, like, really coming back? What did we film? What was the first, like, stuff we were doing?
Shit. Yeah, we did a lot of Super Auto Pets.
Oh, that's true. I just don't remember what the first thing we started with when we, like, because we were filming stuff in between the last quit and the comeback on the anniversary. Yeah. We were filming some stuff Half-Life. In between them, but there was a point. No, but Half-Life we filmed in 2022. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like when we came back this year and really started a filming schedule.
Well, like the videos that like we first came back with on my side were, I guess the first thing that I think.
I mean, yeah, those were Half-Life.
Like the first thing that I came back with was like
we filmed a Half-Life in October.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's been a minute, homie.
I just don't know. I also need to get Zelda 2 out of this fucking active series folder.
Out of this
shit. Because it's done. We also are sitting on VHS 1986 Uno and Regular Game.
Yeah, I forgot we did those. Yeah.
We haven't even uploaded the pool one off. Wow, we haven't even uploaded the pool one off.
Oh my God.
And Slay the Spire.
The tiger.
Yeah. We're kind of way ahead, homie. We kind of have too much shit going on.
Why were we playing Super Metroid today? We could just fucking phone in podcasts every week for like the next year.
I don't know. That's why in whatever podcast episode I was like, maybe we should bump it up to 2 episodes a day because we're so far ahead. We have like too much shit.
If we just did our old schedule of 3 days a week, then we would actually have enough for like the rest of the fucking year.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But like, I don't want to like put off Big What Big that long, like doing it because
how are you bitches not sick of us?
Because they only get us once a day, and we're the only one that holds this backlog.
We have a couple of those one-offs that are like, or like some of the shorter ones that are multi-parts. We could just turn into mega episodes instead of being like half an hour. Then they're like an hour, and then that could like get some of those done.
You mean some of the ones we filmed before we bumped our time up to like 30 to 40 minutes?
Well, I mean, like, no, because I don't think we have any of those. We've been doing the 30 and 40 like the whole time that we've been back.
No, we started with the 25-30. No, I remember because I was talking about it.
25-30?
I suggested that we started. I suggested we start doing that in like a Dark Souls episode.
We were always closer to 30, but I think like we would more often let it run over, and we would just be okay if it ran a little bit shorter. We would be like, the goal wasn't like we could cut off at 25. It was just that if we had to cut off around 25, then we could. But we've always aimed towards 30.
Every Metroid video we filmed today was like basically 40 minutes, or give or take a minute. They were like all 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Just because we were talking, and there was like one of them that I was kind of not paying attention to the clock for a little bit, but like, yeah, I mean, in all honesty, if we took a month off of Big Wow Big, we'd probably, by the time we started filming, like if we took a month off, we would, by the time we came back at the end of July, I mean, there's all the behind the scenes stuff we have to keep doing, I guess. So we wouldn't not be working on it, but I just don't want to stop, like, I don't want to like have to stop filming Big What Big because we're so backlogged, but I don't know what to do about it.
Since you've been more busy with like other stuff, and so like I've been taking the brunt of like our daily uploads with the stuff that I've been editing and getting like my stuff
Taking the
pumped out.
cunt.
Taking the
Yeah.
cunt, and we're demonetized now.
Yeah, like we were.
I tend
Monetized.
to like with a lot of the Dark Souls and stuff that's been going up recently, since that's all been on my end, and all just like I know that it's only my stuff that I have to schedule out, and you don't have anything uploaded for like a while, which is gonna change now. I just got like
Yes.
I got like 12 episodes of Dark Souls just like backlogged, all edited in the same day. Sat down for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, made all the thumbnails, uploaded all of them, and then I was like, cool, I'm done with Big Wow Big for a fucking like week and a half. I can put this in the back pocket. I like being able to do that's one of the really nice things with Big Wow Big is that when life gets in the way, as it did for me, at the start of this month, it's definitely like a nice thing that we are typically backlogged already. Like if something horrible went wrong and I didn't have internet access for like 5 days a week, whatever, we would still be fine, because you wouldn't even be able to tell in those 5 days because it's all like prepared and ready to go before then. So it gives a nice insurance that I don't have to worry about immediate things immediately becoming a problem. It's like a nice bastion, a kingdom built on stone that I don't have to worry about.
The issue majorly that creates all this major backlog is that we started filming, and with how much we were doing, we filmed all that stuff for like the entire month before we came back. So we got ourselves like backlogged by over a month before we even came back. And then we kept doing weekly filming, and right after end of my semester, which was right around the time we came back publicly, I mean, was when we kept filming on a 2 days a week schedule, which we did for a while. And we could, with my work schedule has been the same, we could continue to do, but again, we really are kind of too ahead. We're like too ahead. We need to I feel like we need to have some kind of Big Wow Big special period where we just upload more at a time to get some of this shit out.
The Big Wow Big Fest.
And just catch ourselves up to a healthy course ahead. And then when we're at the right point of being ahead where we want to be, for every 5 to 7 videos that go up every week, or I guess 5 to 6, because one of them is a podcast, we film at least that many. It would be nice to, I don't know how we would do it, but we would have to create a way to be ahead, but still film like the amount that we would film in a given day.
It might be a fun thing to do occasionally, where we just lump in one-offs into like one combined video, or like one day that we have just be like the variety special. Like whether that be in like one video that lumps them all together, or if they all go up on the same day, or even if it's like some kind of like community event where it's like, and up next is this thing, get ready, and like make like a proper event out of it, like a movie night kind of thing, like a Big Wow Big matinee double feature.
Yeah, I think doing that in a live stream format that would turn into a video would be cool.
Yeah, it'd be fun to like Mystery Science Theater that shit.
It'd be a lot of time that people could spend chatting, and enjoying the stuff, and we don't have to perform. Somebody just has to run the live stream.
And if we do that with like one-offs, if it's just like one episode things, and we just don't know where to fit into the schedule, like stuff like Trackmania or Kirby or like whatever, like VHS, whatever, like you just make that a live event, and then people, since it's like a one episode thing, you don't have to worry about getting invested in that shit. And if you come into it late, then you don't have to worry about that either, because there's gonna be like another one episode thing coming up right after it. So it's like you just like to treat it like TV. Next show,
right.
And it'd be a lot more casual.
Yeah, and maybe after the video was up and complete, we could because we could just do it as a premiere, so it runs as a live thing on its own.
It would also be fun to like DJ it in between.
What do you mean?
It's like, and up next we got this little number right here called Track Mania. Get ready for some thrills, some spills, and some high speed action.
We could create that as like BWB 94.5, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
God, there was the YouTuber
Big Web Big Radio.
Satchel Drakes. He did this thing for a while that I loved, where he would make these like it was like basically this DJ'd kind of thing, or like, you know, like radio kind of thing on YouTube, where in the morning he would upload a playlist, and the first video on the playlist would be like a minute long of him like explaining what was up next, and then it would like next in the playlist would be that song, and then it would be another like really short video. So it was like basically just programming, like TV program or radio programming, but done like through, instead of making it like one video that then you have to like go to a timestamp for this song, go to a timestamp for that song, and of course in that situation you'll end up getting copyright claimed. Just making it so like there was a video that ushered in a different video just in a playlist, and that was just a really fun format, and I loved it. And I don't think he does it anymore. I don't think there's been so I love the YouTuber Satchel Drakes. I love his content. Always loved his content. I actually got to meet him at Indie PopCon. I was very nervous meeting him because I just like stopped him in the middle of like the convention hall as I saw him, and I got to shake his hand. And take a picture.
Negative take are you about to give on him?
A lot of his stuff of his that I enjoy does not last long. He'll do something interesting. He'll do something interesting that I really enjoy. I really like the format of. I really get into, I really dig, and then he'll move on to a different project. And it's like I would love, like he's done like that sort of like that radio programming thing. He's done a podcast and like other shows of his that I've really enjoyed. But it's just he never sticks to like the one thing for so long. And it's like always moving around. And it's like, no, this was the thing that brought me joy and comfort, and now it's gone.
I would really hope that nobody ever watches Cosmic Emerald for an extended amount of time. End of sentence.
End of sentence. And
no.
Brutal Moose, if you're out there, this is another call out post.
Well, can I finish my thing so people don't think that's what I meant?
Yeah.
I hope no like extended fans of my Cosmic Emerald channel ever watch it, and eventually I start, because like I don't really plan on ever changing my style of content, but the thing is that I have show ideas, and some of my shows might take a long hiatus, some of my shows might not last. I have a whole pilot idea for a show I've been thinking about making since last year, and I haven't done anything with it yet, but it's because I haven't even decided if it's something I'd actually want to do. But I would hope that nobody would ever watch it and be like, this just doesn't feel the same anymore. But
you changed.
I'm going to continue to creatively develop my style, so, you know.
Why don't you just do the same thing forever?
Because I can't. I'll die.
But this is the call-out post. Brutal Moose. Ian, if you're out there, if you're listening, if this somehow reaches your ears, why won't you finish Televoid? I know it's been like a shit trillion years since the like last episode of that came out, but it was so close. It was so interesting. Such a fascinating little series. And it's probably way too late to go back and finish now, but I want it to be finished. And Cosmic Emerald, if you're out there listening, why won't you finish Wind Waker? Please, go back.
That doesn't even make sense. That's us. Not me. Us. That doesn't even make sense. Should have said Emmy from Big Rob Big.
And Mia, if you're out there listening, why won't you finish Half-Life? You know, this is probably like, if somebody's listened in this far, and we talked about all of our scheduling shit, all of our programming that we have like ready to go for quite a long time, and this was something that I meant to mention earlier, is spoilers for anybody that doesn't know this, which is probably everybody. We didn't finish Half-Life, and we haven't recorded that since like last year. And I don't know if we'll ever finish Half-Life because it wasn't a series that both of us were into, which we try to like, make sure that it's enjoyable for both of us. But I was thinking about how like with the way that we're so far ahead and the way we have to like push our schedule around for certain things, it may end up actually being close to a year from time of recording to uploading for like our last episodes of Half-Life.
How many are left?
We have, I don't even remember how many episodes of Half-Life we recorded, but we were pretty fucking deep in the game. We were pretty deep. And I think we were probably bordering 20 episodes, and maybe like 6 of those have gone out. Like, not many Half-Lives have gone out. Actually, how many? I don't even know how many.
I don't have any of the timesheets for Half-Life for some reason. I don't know.
How many episodes of Half-Life are in the playlist? Yeah, only 6 episodes of Half-Life have gone out.
If the drive is correct, which I'm pretty sure it is, I think, then there's only 9.
No, there's more than 9.
I don't know, bro. There's only 9 episodes on this. It only goes up to 9 on all the timesheets.
Well, that could just be all the stuff that you've uploaded. Because we have some stuff that I've thought like was shorter than it was, but it's just because we don't have everything like in place.
No, but I don't know because I only have 3 audios on my computer.
Oh, yeah.
And there's only 3 timesheets and only go to 9.
I thought we had more than that. Because we got really deep in it. And so I thought that took longer. Weird.
I think it just felt long because it was really boring.
Weird. Well, it was boring for you.
I don't know.
I love Half-Life.
I mean, it wasn't that boring. I'm mostly joking.
You admit it.
We also have a lot of Patreon content we haven't uploaded either, so.
True. We have a lot of patrons that haven't patroned yet.
Yeah. A lot of customers that haven't paid for their product yet.
The world is full of 8 billion customers. They just don't know it yet.
I guess that's a place to sadly end this episode, yeah? Probably.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's gone pretty extensive. So, well, thank you for listening.
I think this is one of the best episodes we've done of this yet.
You think so?
I think so. I thought it was interesting, the words that we said.
We do a lot with words.
Do.
Pretty experienced in that field.
Field.
But I guess officially, thank you for listening to Late Night with Bing and Wow. It is time to put you in baby bye gay baby jail for the week, and we will see you next Friday.
Bye-bye.